Hey guys, my name is Daniel Restrepo, and I'm going to be talking about chess. Chess is a classic two-player strategy game that involves 32 pieces on a square 8x8 board. The ultimate goal of chess is that you are trying to checkmate your opponent's king while defending your own. A little history about chess is that chess actually originated in India somewhere around the 6th century AD. It kind of then moved over to Persia, where we actually see manuscripts of chess directly being mentioned. Over the next 1,000 years, it kind of moved over into Europe and it evolved into what we know now as modern day chess. Chess is super popular. It's played either casually or competitively over the board or online using websites like chess.com or Lichess. And you have some big names in the chess world like Magnus Carlsen, and then back in the day we had Garry Kasparov or Bobby Fischer. Speaking a little bit more about that chessboard, chess, like I said, is an 8x8 grid that consists of 64 squares. You'll notice that the squares alternate between dark colors and light colors, and we actually set those pieces on the first two rows closest to you. So if you're on this end, it's these two rows, pardon me, or on these two rows. Talking a little bit more about those pieces, we have a variety of different kinds. So starting with the first one is going to be our pawns. Pawns can only move one square at a time and can only capture diagonally. On their first move and only on their first move can they actually move two squares. Probably the most interesting piece in the entire game is going to be our knights. Our knights can move in an L shape, jumping over other pieces. Pretty cool stuff. Next are going to be our bishops. Bishops can move diagonally across the board. However, they are only limited to the color that they are on. So if it's on a light color, it is considered a light squared bishop, and the opposite is also true. If it is on a dark squared, you call it a dark squared bishop. Next is going to be our rooks. Rooks can move in a straight line, either horizontally or vertically across the entire board. Our queens are going to be actually combining the powers of both the bishop and the rook. It can move both vertically or horizontally or diagonally. So it's a pretty powerful piece. And probably the most important piece in the entire game is going to be our king. Kings can actually only move one square in any direction, and if you remember that the primary focus of chess is that you want to make sure your king is safe. So, overall, like I said, the objective of the game is that you are trying to checkmate your opponent's king, trapping it so it has no legal moves to make any move whatsoever. Players alternate turns, with whites always starting first. We are always trying to move our pieces strategically to control space. So, to set up the board itself, I actually already set up a board to kind of show you what it looks like. You'll see that on the bottom right hand side is going to be the light square. And to set up the board itself, you'll put your rooks first. Beside that, you will put your knights, followed by your bishops. And then to put your queen, the light square queen goes on the light square. And then beside that, with the remaining square open, is going to be your king. And your pawns go in front of all these other pieces. So, hopefully you learned a little bit more about chess and try it out.